All right, welcome everybody. This is our Thursday morning, afternoon, or evening, depending on where you're logging in from, international webinar presentation. My name is Brandon Ivy from Los Angeles, California. Out here it is like June gloom, like it's gonna rain and everything. Waiting for summertime, sun come out, go swimming. But anyways, thank you for taking time out of your schedule for being here. As a disclaimer, I am not the CEO of the company. I'm not a licensed financial advisor to be giving financial advice. I'm not a co-owner of the company. I'm simply one of you. I got a phone call from a good friend that said, Brandon, we're putting together a company that is right up your field of expertise, dealing with blockchain technology and cryptocurrency. Only our focus is going to be on philanthropy, charity, and education. And our motto is let's be different. So let's talk about that. See, at Up2Give, we have a strong moral, integral, and purpose-driven vision to change lives around the world through our ecosystem. We're standing on 4 pillars. The first is philanthropy. We are focused on creating a culture of worldwide giving. The second is education. Reward those who give while teaching them the value behind growing personally. The third is banking. Bank the unbanked through our giving. And the fourth is personal causes. Create a social revolution of stories with people whose needs have been met through the Up2Give community. Now, we have built a model where people from around the world can come together, get educated, banked, and skilled on the principles of philanthropy and EQ, emotional intelligence, while creating a culture of global giving. During the education process, we will be teaching members how to utilize one of our tools for contributing called the Giving Box. This will allow us to fulfill the purpose of our core principles, as well as help contribute to the stories being shared in our community to engage the social revolution part of our culture. Here's some examples of our target areas of focus. Education. The Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development found that 50% of U.S. adults can't read a book written at an 8th grade level. Lack of formal education results in lower earning power and serious threats to an individual's long-term well-being. Banking. Globally, about 1.7 billion adults remain unbanked without an account at a financial institution or through a mobile money provider. Health. Currently, nearly 1 billion people spend 10% of their household income or more on health expenses for themselves, a sick child, or another family member. In fact, we have some 3.8 billion people who lack access to basic health care. In housing, currently over 850 million people, more than the populations of the U.S. and the European Union combined, are living in informal settlements. So what is our ultimate goal? It's simply to empower you and people around the world to contribute toward anyone's cause in our ecosystem, whether it is to help achieve a goal that helps someone in your family, your church, your country, your community. It really doesn't matter how big or small that vision is. Our goal is to bring the nations together to help support those causes, and with our model being a model of philanthropy, we are confident that the Up2Give family will be there for you. Up2Give is a global correlation movement. So how does someone get educated in our ecosystem? Well, we partner with a company called Success Training Institute. This institute offers cutting-edge soft skills training in audio and video format on topics such as leadership, customer service, professional development, personal development, sales, team building, HR management, management training, and much, much more. In fact, you can even get additional courses to get certified on things like how to improve your brand, have self-discipline, goal setting, and time management, maintaining focus and empathy. And we're all practicing social distancing. So how about social skills mastery? You see, these are soft skills that are not taught in school. Success Training Institute offers these soft skills designed that's going to for individuals, companies, entrepreneurs. And it's here you can improve your skills in less than 10 minutes per day. Another pillar we're standing on is the banking industry. We partnered with well, first, we know there's 1.7 billion people in the world that are currently unbanked. And if you don't have access to a bank account, you don't have access to a line of credit, a checking and a savings account, the ability to get a business or a personal loan so that you can start a business. And with that business, you can pass down to your family. See, we partner with a company called Ooh La La that wants to bring to you the future of banking. Be the first to send and receive money for a fraction of the cost. Access microcredit offers from your favorite retailers, pay bills with ease, build credit, enjoy online shopping, and take charge of your financial future with our exclusive Ooh La La partnership without the need of having a bank account. With Ulala is going to help you to facilitate and accelerate financial inclusion, build a global credit score, and we have microcredit offers that helps the unbanked and underbanked community to be able to build their credit history. The backbone of our company is personal causes. Now, what are personal causes? We want to create a social revolution of stories with people whose needs have been met through the Up2Give community. We currently have 45,000 causes and growing. Here's an example of a cause: providing safe shelter to homeless and abused women and children in crisis. So what is your cause? What are you passionate about? I mean, it could be anything from getting yourself out of debt, maybe helping to pay your bills. You might be affected from coronavirus, so you're not getting a paycheck. You might have to help family members with medical bills because of coronavirus. I mean, it doesn't matter what it is. You might even be in a situation where you're part of a nonprofit or you're part of a church or a synagogue or a mosque, and because of social distancing, you're not able to contribute to the organization. Tithing is low. Doesn't matter what your cause is. You'll be able to upload an image, have a written description of what your cause is all about, and when somebody comes to your website, they're going to be able to read your cause, be moved by it, and contribute towards your cause and make it a reality. Here's an example of another one for the Breast Cancer Research Foundation. So how does someone get started? Well, the first step is you're going to create an account at up2give.com, and you're going to pay $32 in Bitcoin for your membership. Step two, you're going to contribute to personal causes in the community. See, we contribute to each other's causes. How would you like to have a community of 50,000 people that can potentially see your cause? Now, we're talking about $25 worth of Bitcoin that you're going to contribute. And then the third thing is, after you write your cause, you're going to share with at least 2 people who's going to join the community with you. And if you can do these 3 steps, I guarantee you're going to have success with Up2Give. So here's the sign-up process and experience. Let's say you're Maria in California. She shares a link with John, and John's in London. The moment John clicks on her link, the first thing he's going to see is her story. Now, once John reads her story, he's going to have 2 options. Option 1, join the community, or option 2, support Maria's cause. Once John has clicked to join the system will take him to the registration page where he can add his basic information. Now, let's talk about John's experience. John now has 14 days free in the Up2Give community. What does this mean? John has the opportunity to experience our back office and ecosystem. John could take the sample courses we have available in our Up2Give Academy portal powered by Success Training Institute. John has enough time to decide to become a member or simply contribute to Maria's cause, because you have the option to simply contribute and not join the community. But let's assume that John decides to join Maria's journey. John has before the 14th day midnight to pay a $32 member fee in Bitcoin for the activation of his education program at Up2Give Academy. He'll have a story page and a user link to share. And the moment he contributes to Up2Give causes during that same period of time, he becomes a ground zero member of the Giving Box. Now, the Giving Box has 6 stages. So the more we contribute to each other, the more Up2Give is going to contribute back as well. When you complete stage 3 of the Giving Box, Up2Give is going to give you a debit card so that you can start monetizing the Bitcoin that you've been given through the ecosystem. With this step of philanthropy, we will start to help change the banking crisis in the world, where so many people lack the opportunity to own a debit card. Also, we will make the service available for purchase if you choose not to wait to receive it for free for a small setup fee. And this is our partnership, Ulala. When you complete stage 4, you're going to have the option to choose it from 12 different cause-driven programs, and this is separate from the cause you've written up. Once you've made your choice, you're going to have a liaison that's going to work with you for about 45 days to make this cause go viral, because Up2Give is going to contribute on your behalf for reaching stage 4 a maximum of $1,500 to the cause, fulfilling our social revolution part of our 4 pillars. When you complete stage 5, Up2Give is going to reward you with an all-expense-paid trip to a recognition event where top speakers from around the world are going to come teach about leadership, philanthropy, finance, personal development, and charitable causes. And when you complete stage 6, Up2Give requires you to give 12.5% back to the community and the ecosystem. This is the most important step because this fulfills the goal of Up2Give. And the goal of Up2Give is to help you to receive enough in resources so that you can become a philanthropist. Everybody would love to be able to give back to charity, but most people are living paycheck to paycheck. And as a result, we don't have enough money left to be able to give back to share. The most is whatever you give, an extra $1 or $5 at the grocery store when you buy your groceries. And that's great. But how would you like to be able to give more than $50,000 to charitable causes? And that's what our stage 6 people are able to do. Now, how does Up2Give strive to be compliant? Well, number one, we don't touch any Bitcoin of anybody. How many times have you been part of companies that say, give us your Bitcoin, you don't have to do anything, we're going to trade on your behalf, and we guarantee that you're going to make 1 to 2% on your day, but you can't withdraw your money for 8 months. And it sounds good until the owners run off with everybody's Bitcoin before you have a chance to withdraw. See, here everything is peer-to-peer. And what does that mean by peer-to-peer? Well, have you ever gotten in an Uber or a Lyft before? Think about that. That vehicle is not owned by a taxi company. Have you ever stayed in an Airbnb? That property is not owned by a hotel chain. See, our peer-to-peer is taking advantage of the greatest financial revolution the world has ever seen, dealing with blockchain technology and cryptocurrency, for 3 reasons. Number one, it's decentralized. It is not controlled by a bank, a government, a CEO, or a business. It is open source. All of us have access to it, and it cannot be manipulated. The second reason is that it is universal in value. It has no borders. This is our international call, and we've got people from all around the world that's on this call. 1 Bitcoin in Jamaica is worth 1 Bitcoin in Japan, Thailand, UK, South Africa, Canada, Mexico. It doesn't matter. And the third reason is that it's permissionless. You can send Bitcoin anywhere around the world, like sending an email. Have you ever used PayPal? Without the need of having a bank, Western Union, or a bank wire transfer. And it happens almost instantly with small minimum fee. The only thing that Up2Give gets is $32 a month to operate as a company, and it goes towards your membership to Success Training Institute, which, by the way, is more than half off regular price. And that is not commissionable. And number 2, Up2Give is a major contributor in collective causes. That is our stage 4. And number 3, Up2Give is a giving model that even for nonprofit identities such as churches, synagogues, and mosques is presented as a revolution of offerings in the ministry. The more they give each other, the more they receive. And you're going to hear more about this as we start opening up more of our steps and stages. You're going to hear Dr. Alberto Alexander talk more about specific presentations designed for the ministries. So what do you receive for the $32 a month? An entire ecosystem that will allow you to share your story to the world through our Up2Give.com blog. Access to our global education community at the Up2Give Academy, powered by Success Training Institute. Access to the Giving Box, which allows you to be part of our community blog and social revolution stories that are inspired by the members' philanthropical culture and cause-driven movement. Rewards for giving back to the community and their causes, which allows Up2Give to partner with you and create stories of our own when you start reaching stage 4 and above. So let's talk about the Giving Box. How does the contributing work? This is not a compensation plan. It is a voluntary tool designed so that you can increase your resources to help more causes and at the same time improve the lives of those who participate. We have something very unique called the Global Community Line. This is not a matrix. This is not a binary. This is not your team, her team, their team, my team. We are one team, one organization, one global community line. So how you get a part of this is, first, you pay a $32 membership fee for Up2Give. You're going to contribute about $25 worth of Bitcoin to Up2Give causes. This is going to enter you into ground zero. At ground zero, here's the next goal you want to do. Share with at least 2 people who have also contributed $25 worth of Bitcoin. At least. You can share it with more. I shared it with more than 70 in my first week. Share with at least 2 people. Here's what happens. Once you share it with 2 who also contribute $25 each, you're going to receive about $50 worth of Bitcoin. So when people see something like this, the first thing on their mind is, they got two questions. Is this a scam? And will I lose all my money? Well, no, it's not a scam. And number two, you contributed $25, but you just received 50. You received more than you contributed. That's how this works. We have a state-of-the-art AI system. You need to help at least 2 people to be qualified to move to stage 1. You must help those 2 people help their 2 new people. This is not about just what you do. It's about helping others. You help others to do exactly what you did. This is going to allow you to move into step 2, where the global community line kicks in. We have 64 steps of contributing coming to you, divided into 6 stages. So what does the global community line mean? Well, I'm going to get into that in just one second. The AI system actively monitors all of your personals and their activities. So for example, the system doesn't want to leave anybody behind, but it's going to look for those individuals that's actively building their personal business and helping the members in their organization. By doing so and helping one individual that moves through the steps with you, you're going to be contributed to first in line. Those of you who do less will be contributed to second. Now, here's another that's key. If you share with more than 2 individuals, you're going to receive all your contributions on every single stage, because on ground zero, those 2 first people you contribute to, you're going to contribute all that you receive back, $50. You get to stage 1, you're going to receive up to $100 worth of Bitcoin. You're going to contribute all of that back to get into step 2. And then you start being able to keep more and more. However, what if you share with more than 2? You're going to receive all contributions. So if you share it with 3 on ground zero, you just received $75 worth of Bitcoin. Those same individuals on stage 1, you just received $150 worth of Bitcoin for a total of $225 before you even get to step 2. What if you share it with 10, 20, 50 at the very beginning? Now, the global community line clicks in at step 2. What that means is, once you hit step 2, the next individual that hits that step after you, whether it's from your own personal network, whether it's from your enroller, whoever they bring on board, or anybody around the world, they hit it after you, they're going to go into your global community line, which means you're going to be receiving contributions from people you don't even know. Now, the global community line helps everybody, but it fast tracks those who are helping others. Now, here's the giving box and stages. Now, understand there's 64 steps divided into these 6 stages. So the amounts I'm showing you is a combination, adding up all the steps for that stage. So stage 1 is obviously $100 that you receive. You're going to contribute that $100 all the way back. But when you get to step 2, you're qualified to receive up to $562. Wow. You're going to contribute half of that back, which means you keep $287. Now, stage 2 is steps 2 through 4 combined. Stage 3, which is steps 5 through 12 combined, qualified to receive up to almost $4,000 worth of Bitcoin. You're going to contribute about half of that back. You keep $1,300 worth of Bitcoin. Stage 4, steps 13 through 25. Now, it's not waiting until you get to step 25 for you to start to receive. You're going to be receiving on every single step. I'm just adding them all up for you. You're going to qualify to receive up to 3 Bitcoin. And for those of you that are brand new to Bitcoin, you don't understand what that means. If Bitcoin is worth $10,000 and you're going to receive 3 Bitcoin, you do the math. You're going to contribute 2 Bitcoin back, which means you get to keep 1 whole Bitcoin in your wallet. Stage 5, steps 26 through 35, qualify to receive up to 5.85 Bitcoin. You're going to contribute 4 back. You get to keep 1.67 Bitcoin. But here's where it really, really gets impressive. Stage 6, steps 36 through 64. That's a total of 45 Bitcoin that you're qualified to receive. Once you contribute, you're able to keep in your wallet 15 Bitcoin. And when you add all of these stages up, we're talking about 18 Bitcoin in total. You'll have the opportunity to be able to re-enter back into the giving box and do it all over again with your same network, only this time you're going to be re-entering as stage 2. And you're contributing more than 2 Bitcoin back to the ecosystem. See, this is a complete circle. It's not the people that got in first are the only ones that's going to receive the most. Because once they complete step 64, they're going to go right back underneath the rest of you. So now they're in your global community line. And they're contributing the most, which means more than 200, 300 people on the stage 2 are going to receive contributions from one individual that recycles in. Now, how fast can we do this? How fast can you go through 64 steps? That is completely based on you and the global community, not Up2Give. It's depending on how fast we move. For us to have a smooth system, we need to have about 50,000 members in the giving box. Right now, we're at 12,000. We will double that probably in a week. We'll double those numbers. In the next 3 weeks to a month, we should get to 50,000. And I already know the numbers here, 50,000 members, more than 380 individuals will complete step 64. And then it just keeps going. Now, to recap how it all happens. When you pay $32 worth of Bitcoin at Up2Give, you're going to contribute to personal causes about $25 worth of Bitcoin. You're going to qualify by sharing with 2 individuals, but you want to help them to do the same thing. You're not qualified to receive Bitcoin towards your causes and purpose. Now, we have what's called the Up2Give More initiative. As a member in the community, when you enroll 3 or more members, there's a new bonus for you. How would you like to erase your monthly membership fee of $32 every single month? You share with 3 or more people. You no longer have to pay the $32 as long as you have 3 active members every single month. So again, for those who say, you know, what is my risk? Did I lose any money? Eliminate the risk. The question is, are you willing to go to work? And again, you're going to receive all contributions on ground zero on stage 1 from every person you personally enroll. That is the presentation, ladies and gentlemen. I thank you for taking time out of your schedule for being here. And there's 2 types of people who see the presentation at this point. The first type says, Brandon, I am all in. Let's get going. I understand the value of we've just got started. We're at the beginning. Our goal is to have 1 million people, not 50,000 in the giving box worldwide, 1 million. Some of you may be going through 64 steps 2 to 3 times a month. That's $150,000 worth of Bitcoin every single time. How would you like to be doing that 2 or 3 times a month? But the second type of person says, you know what, Brandon? This isn't for me. You know, it's not for me. Sounds good, not for me. That's okay. We still love you anyway. At least you could get back to the person who invited you, ask to see their cause, do them a favor, and contribute towards it. Help them out in their plan B. But then do yourself a favor and find a plan B of your own. We live in a different world today where a plan B is no longer a luxury, no longer a hobby or extracurricular activity. A plan B is now a necessity. In fact, you got to have a plan B, C, D, or E. We as a collective unit have never experienced in our lifetimes what the world is going through right now, no matter what country you're in. We've never experienced this. And it's a combination of things happening at the same time. All we know is that people are struggling now. It's going to get worse before it gets better, unfortunately. And we don't know how long this is going to last. See, I believe in what Jim Rohn preached, and that is building a financial wall around your family so high that nothing can penetrate it. Not coronavirus, not the government, not bad economic, the economy, not unemployment. Nothing can penetrate it. But to do that, you also got to do what Les Brown says. You must be willing to do the things today others won't do in order to have the things tomorrow others won't have. So you have the option of figuring out a way to be productive and make money from home. I've been doing it for 8 years. Next month, I celebrate on my birthday 8 years of purchasing my freedom. And what does that mean? I was working a 9-to-5 job, and I've worked my home-based business, and I got to the point where I was making 3 times more money than the highest boss in my company. So I walked off my job, purchased my freedom. I don't have anybody I need to answer to, except my wife and God, and sometimes my mom, sometimes. I don't answer to anybody. Do what I want, when I want, come as I go, without skipping a beat in income. If I can do it, so can you. But you got to make that decision. So if not this, then please find something else. As a disclaimer, this is a brand new opportunity. Yeah, we've been here for 7 months, but we've been in 7 months of a pre-launch, collecting data to perfect the system that we have to work in your benefit. We do not allow income claims. Understand that this company is not a 6-month fly-by-night pyramid scheme or scam or Ponzi. If that was the case, we'd be out of business right now. We are building this business to be long-term. We want you to go to sleep tonight knowing that when you wake up tomorrow, the company is still there. And to do that, we have to protect the house. We have legal representation. We're licensed. We're audited as a company. Everything I say comes out of my mouth has been cleared through compliance. We're not a money game. We're not going to allow people to go out there to talk about how much money that they're doing. It's not what this is about. And finally, even though that this is a business for philanthropy and charity, your success depends on you, because we are not running a welfare center. That's not what this is about. As a global community, we're looking for individuals who want to help build the global community line right now, not write it. All of you getting started right now are in a blessed position. You're one of the first. You're the first 20,000 members in our giving box. Do you know what that will do for you when we have 100,000 members in? When we have 1 million in or more? It's going to fast track you guys all the way through. But you can't get the blessings unless you're willing to do the work first. We have to build it to get to that point. And that's what we're at, and that's what we're doing right now. So we thank you guys for joining us. This is our international presentation. I'm doing another one tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. I know that's going to be late for you Europeans and Africans. However, it's the United States, the Western Hemisphere. The next international presentation will be on Saturday at 12 p.m. Eastern, same time as this. So what do you need to do? Invite. That's all you got to do. Invite. You invite people to this presentation and let me do all the talking for you, or somebody else present on your behalf. And the best is yet to come. I'm waiting on some formal information from the company that will allow me to share some things on Saturday, and a strategy that we'll be able to use that's going to skyrocket this company and make it go viral. And you want to be in before it goes viral and takes off. So with that, thank you guys for joining us today. My name is Brandon Ivey from Los Angeles. I'll see you all tonight. God bless. Bye-bye.